I don't know about all of you, but around this time of year, I just start craving lamb. I found this at Costco today, and it was like $20. So if you go to a restaurant and you want to get rack of lamb, you're going to pay a lot more than $20. Super good for those of us looking for protein. And there's just no way we are having roast lamb without roasted potatoes. The other thing I seem to be addicted to right now, I mean, I didn't even know that I had this addiction, but apparently I do because I can't fit anymore in my fridge. I just keep buying strawberries. Tonight what we're having for dinner is roast rack of lamb with roasted potatoes and a strawberry salad. I have these little fingerling potatoes. I wash them and I'm just cutting them in half. So here I have just a bunch of garlic, which I already peeled, and I'm just gonna chop it up. And I'm gonna just share it. I'll give a little bit of it, maybe like a third of it to the potatoes. And then I'll give the other portion to this little bowl right here. So I'm gonna start making the flavorings for my lamb. Here I have some rosemary. This is fresh, but as always, you can use dried if that's what you have. And if you're new here, welcome. Welcome to my kitchen, where we make high protein, high fiber foods that do not make us feel like we are in a calorie deficit and that help us build muscle. And I'm just giving this a chop. Maybe like a teaspoon with the potatoes and the rest with the garlic. And here I have a handful of fresh parsley. The parsley's chopped, and I'm gonna give like a third of it to the potatoes and the rest to this bowl for my lamb. This is fresh thyme, which is so good. And I just kind of pull it down and strip the leaves right off the stems. And I, take out any of the real woody parts. Just gonna give this a little rough chop. I'm gonna give a third of this to the potatoes and the rest to this little bowl right here. So here's my potatoes and here's my herb mixture for my lamb, all done at the same time. I'm putting a tablespoon of olive oil in my potatoes and a very generous pinch of salt. Potatoes really like salt, and a pretty generous pinch of pepper. So here I have a baking sheet with some parchment on it. Back in the day I didn't used to use parchment to do my potatoes, but I am converted because I'm so sick of my potatoes sticking to my cookie sheets, and they don't stick to the parchment. I flip them all over face down because that's how you get the good brown tops. I happen to have two ovens. I have one of them on 375 degrees for the potatoes. I have the other one on 450 degrees for the lamb. If you do not have two ovens, just make your potatoes first. I'm gonna give this spice mixture here 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I want it to be kind of like a paste. I'm gonna give everything a nice amount of salt. You want to season your lamb really, really good. And then a nice amount of pepper. And flip it over. Make sure you get this little bit on the bottom, it's supposed to taste good too. And then I'm gonna take this and put it all over the lamb. Getting it all, trying to get a little bit of it tucked underneath. But the way to really ensure that a meat like this cooks to a nice medium is not to have it too cold on the inside. Just leave it out of the fridge for a few minutes and take the chill off. I'm gonna show you how I do my strawberry salad. I have some good olive oil here, and I'm putting a tablespoon of that in my bowl. Here I have some apple cider vinegar, and actually I'm gonna use a tablespoon of that as well. So this is my homemade jam, and it is delicious, and it is a raspberry, strawberry, blood orange jam. Use your favorite raspberry jam, use your favorite strawberry jam, but that adds a little sweetness to the dressing, and I put like a half of a tablespoon in there. I like the flavor of the jam in the dressing, and it really helps it emulsify. Give it like a pinch or two of salt and a pinch of pepper. I think celery and strawberries are a really nice fresh taste together, so I'm just cutting up my celery. Some cherry tomatoes, which I'm just gonna cut in half. Call me crazy, but I think tomatoes and strawberries go really well together. So now I'm just gonna pause the salad process while I put this in the oven. And so this is going into a 450 degree oven, and I am going to set the timer for 15 minutes. Not a strawberry salad without the strawberries. So I'm just hulling the top here, and I'm just gonna give them a slice because I think that's kind of pretty. And I just put as much lettuce as I want right on top. So I just put this in my fridge uncovered, and I will toss it when everything is ready to eat, but I'm not gonna touch it till then. So just right into the fridge, just like this. Okay, so it's been 15 minutes. And see, the bottom is getting kind of crispy, so I'm gonna flip it over back in my 450-degree oven for 5 more minutes. I don't know if you can hear that sizzling, but this is my lamb. Look at that, all done. We'll see what we've got. I'm going right into the middle. That could not be more perfect. So I'm at 140, which is medium to medium rare. If I were to cut this right now, it would be like very bloody and all of the juices would run everywhere. So we don't want to do that. So this is gonna rest for at least 10 minutes. Here's my lamb. So beautiful and good. So this is how you cut it. Couldn't be easier. Hold it by the bones and cut in between the bones. And pray that we have a beautiful pink inside. And we do. Oh my goodness, I nailed it. Such a happy feeling. Look at that. And if you want yours more done than that, then cook it longer. 5 more minutes, wouldn't be as pink. And look at my dinner. I've got some lamb, I've got some potatoes, I've got strawberry salads. The ends are the best. One for me, one for the hubs. But I'm gonna have mine now. Oh, Lord have mercy. Man, that is so, that is really, really good. You can't beat rack of lamb with roasted potatoes and strawberry salad. Amazing dinner, perfect springtime meal. Came together in no time. I hope you try it.